Okay. So, do you have any questions regarding last session? I was sharing the recording and POCs also. So, if you have any questions, we'll discuss with these questions first.
I tried with the testing the upload program of the code, right? That is
Yeah.
successfully.
Okay.
Successfully deployed.
Oh, great. So, did you try with these also expression and variable scopes and all?
No, I didn't go through these basic because I don't know. I don't have any knowledge on this.
Okay, okay. Okay, so we'll discuss these things first. Okay, so first we'll discuss about MEL, Mule Expression Language. So after that we'll discuss expression and variables also. Okay, so here there is a language called Mule Expression Language. So what was the use of this language? If you in the MuleSoft, if you learn this language, actually here always we are take the data from the source system, so that we are doing in some modifications in the middle, so that we are sending to the target system, right? So how we was expecting the object, or else how we was expecting the format. So that format we have to convert it, and we have to send it to the target system. So that is the thing always happen in the middleware. Here, so using mule expression language, so we are getting the data, so we are playing with the data. So how we'll do it actually? So here in this particular example, I'm using a choice router. So this is the choice router. You can see in the palette. So what was the advantage of choice router? So it's like a in Java. I hope you are aware of the Java. So in the Java, so we have a choice condition, right? If the it's kind of if else actually. If condition is true, if the condition is true, there is a condition one I'm keeping. If the condition one is true, so then that part executed. So whatever we kept it inside of the condition one, so that condition is executed. Whatever the statement is TMT, this will execute it. So or else what we'll do, so if you have a multiple conditions, then we can give it a multiple conditions like this. Else if there is no space, I guess, then here we can keep it condition 2, so that you can execute like this. So multiple conditions you can keep it, right? Here statement 2. So like finally we'll keep it else part, right? In the else part, what we'll do, so then whatever conditions not satisfied and then unsatisfied, so this else part will execute us. That is statement n and kpk. So like this happened, right? Whereas in Java program, whereas in Java technology, so this will happen actually. If the condition is true, so then inside condition block will execute it. So next else if, like that we can keep multiple else if style. So then finally we have a else condition. So here also same thing. There is a choice router is there. So using the choice router, so based on your condition, if the condition is true, that particular part of the particular block will execute it. If the condition is not true, so that whatever you are keeping default, the default will execute it actually. So these things happen here in this choice condition. So that here I'm using mule expression language. I'm checking the condition here. So first, so there is an inbound connector, right? So that is a HTTP. So in the inbound connector, so mention host name and address, and then port number. So this is nothing but address. You can keep it 0 point like this, or else you can keep it localhost actually. Anyone you can keep it. So next one is port number. So this is a port number and base path here. I told you that day. So what is the difference between this base path and this path actually? So the main difference is, so both are same only, but difference is if you keep on changes in the path, then that path you can keep it here. if it is a fixed actually, so client will provide, this is the address for that. So means nothing but a host address. In the host address some path will come, the base path. That base path you can keep it here, so that should be dynamic actually. So for that we'll write environment specific variables, environment specific properties. From that environment specific properties we can get that, we can keep it a base path here if it is not changed actually. If it is a changes, we can keep it here, we can keep it a hard coded, or else we can keep it here also, we'll get dynamically. So that is a path here, so slash greet is the path. So that is the first connector configuration, so that is a inbound connector here. So next one is once user will hit based on that address, whatever you are providing that address, localhost, port number and base path. So here is the choice component, choice router. So here I'm checking the condition here. Observe here how I'm checking the condition. It is a dynamic thing. So already we discussed about message. So message contains three types of properties. One is the inbound properties, another one is outbound properties, then attachment and the data also, payload also. So it contains this information. So here I'm getting the inbound properties. So what I'm getting from the user, I'm trying to getting there is a query parameter as username. If the user, if the client will send that username, right? Uh, if the username equal to empty, so then it will route to this part actually, set the payload for invalid username. If the username not sent anything, right? So inbound properties http dot query dot params dot username equal to empty, so then it will route to this part, set payload for invalid username. So if the user is not send anything, I mean if the user is send something, username name equals something, so then it will route to set payload for valid username. You're getting right? I'm just checking the condition. So based on this message dot inbound properties dot http dot query param. So that day I was showing you clearly what are the getting input from the client, right? In the debug mode, you can clearly seeing actually like query parameters, like query string, then any URI parameters. If you get URI parameters, these are query parameters. How we'll get the URI parameters? There is no key actually. Directly we'll send the value in the URL, that is nothing but a URI parameter, but this is a query parameter. So we have in the query parameter we have username, you have a key and value. So that is a, here is the key is username, but in case of URI parameter, so there is no key value pair actually. Directly value will keep it. So that is the thing. And just check the condition. If condition is true, so then it will route to this part. I'm just keeping a set payload for invalid username. So this is the payload, set payload. So here what I'm trying to display here, http message.inbound.properties dot. So whatever you are enter that username, so that username I'm trying to display it actually. Okay. So here in the default, that here is when you drag and drop, so you can keep the multiple conditions also. So like this, if you want to keep it some more conditions, set payload, just keeping a one more payload here, set payload. You can check multiple conditions like this, just drag and drop here. Like this you can check multiple conditions. You can give it a number of conditions here. If the condition is this satisfied, second condition, here is the condition added, right? Now it's jump to default actually. So here you can write one more condition. So here is the, you can check the one more condition here. That condition is true, then that particular part will execute it actually. Clear, right? Maybe we'll jump to this. I'm just deleting that. So you can add multiple conditions like that. So end of that we have a default also will get it actually if you keep multiple conditions, then in the default if anything here condition is not satisfied, so then it by default it will come to the default condition, so then the default will execute it actually. So here in the choice you can, so I'm not keeping anything here. Oh, so that condition is gone. Just copy paste this. Okay, it got shuffled as okay. If it is a default, so then first one I'll execute it, valid username. So then set failure for invalid username. Okay. Anyway, so we'll deploy it and we'll check it. So you are clear, right? So then I'm going to deploy this. Click on this debug as mail application. Will test in debug mode. We'll get more information on this. Maybe it's got deployed. Let me check. HTTP localhost H088 is the port number. Next one is we have to send the username. Okay, so the condition request. Okay, see here. So here we are sending the data, right? We are sending username equal to. So then here we check the condition. If you are sending the value, so then it will go to the default actually. If you're not sending anything in the username, then it will go to this. Now it went to the default thing. Now see this hello mail. We are sending the data, then it will go there. Hello mail, whatever you are sending, so that will display here. Suppose I'm not sending any data, so then where it will go. So then it will go to the default things. See this, I'm not sending any data, so that will jump to the default thing.
You jump to invalid.
Yeah. Actually condition got changed, so we shuffled it, right? We had because of that.
method in HTTP is different, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Both are same.
Both are same only, right?
Yeah, because you mentioned local host here, they mentioned some all.
Yeah, yeah, that is nothing but a local host actually. If we keep it 0.0 is nothing but a local host actually.
Okay.
This is nothing but a local host. We can keep it 127.0.00. You know that one, right? 127.0.01, 0.1. That is also nothing but a local host only. So we are clear, right? We just changed that because of that only it will reflect like that. You got it right? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the thing actually. Here we'll check the choice condition. The choice condition, so based on the choice condition, it will route it accordingly. So,
You need any routers is there to route
yes,
it?
routers there. We have a separate session for the routers. So like routers like there is a scatter gather one is there. So that scatter gather and then API kit is there. API kit is based on the request, right? It will take the request format, request data. It will route it accordingly. These are condition based actually. So, but in this case, in that API kit, based on the request URL. So based on the request URL, it will route it. There is no condition there actually like this. This is the choice condition. Based on the choice condition, it will route it here. But whereas API kit will mention the RAML, right? So we'll discuss those some of the sessions for the RAML also. In the RAML, whatever you mention that URL, right? So it will take that URL, it will route it accordingly. That particular URL. Suppose in my flow, in my application, I have multiple services like updation, like creation, delete, like that. Multiple flows are there. So based on the user point of view, user request, it will route to create or update or delete. So that time we'll use API kit.
Okay.
Okay. You can use a choice also there, but by default, RAML will do that feature, right? See, by API kit will we have a that kind of facility. We can keep it a URL itself. So either it's a get request or the post request, or else it's a delete. Based on that, it will route it. Okay. So next one is expression transformer. Here there is one more component in the mule, so that is nothing but expression. So mule expression. This is the expression here. We can keep it drag and drop that. So then we can keep it here. This is the expression. We can check the condition also here in this expression. Whatever the condition you want to write it, you can keep it condition. Like that we have a suppose sorry. So I want to check multiple expression also. Like there is a I want to keep it multiple variables like that. There is one more component called message properties. This is a single expression. We have a multiple expression also. That one I'm trying to show you. See this. Here is the multiple expression. So here we can keep on adding actually. So difference is here what I'm trying to say, there is an expression. So what was the use of that expression? It will support the Java syntax actually. Suppose in the Java we are keeping some ternary operator, right? So we can check the condition. If that is true, then it will go there. Like that else, if else kind of thing, we can check it, right? So that type of Java syntax it will support in the expression. So, but in this expression component, if you see here, in the expression component, it will support only one parameter. Suppose if we have multiple parameters, these are expression. So whatever I'm just keeping on the mouse, right? So there is an expression component. So next one is message properties. In this message properties, we can keep it multiple. So based on your condition, based on your requirement, we can keep it multiple also. Here is the 1, 2, 3. Like that we can keep on adding. So right side, it's a dynamic value. So from the client, whatever the value you are getting, so that value you can keep it here. But whereas in single, so just we can keep it that condition, that single value only. But if you use message properties, you can keep it multiple values. I'm trying to just display that same thing here, whatever I'm passing here. Just I'm trying to display username. See, here is the, if you control space bar shortcut, so if you click it, so dynamically you can get it actually. This is also can keep it. Like that you can type it, or else you can, that's the thing. Okay, there is a syntax message dot inbound properties dot http dot query params dot username. So whatever the value I'm getting, I'm trying to just display the value here. Next one is I'm trying to convert the object to string, then I'm trying to display the value. You are clear, right? Using that expression, what we'll do. So check the condition here. We can keep it that value here. Means, so when you use this type of value, exactly. Generally, we have a variables. So variables there, and then multiple, for multiple variables we have a message properties. Previously, I drag and drop that message properties. This message properties we can keep it. If you want to check only one value, so then that time you can keep it expression component. It's based on requirement actually. You want to keep it only one value in that, so that time you use expression component. If you want to keep it multiple, you can keep it message properties. So, or else it will behave like a variable only actually. You can say directly variable. There is a variables. We have different types of variables in this main flow. So that variable we can keep it. It's like a variable only, but the difference is you can check the condition. You can check the it's kind of ternary operator condition. You can check it. It's behave like a variable only. Okay, so that is the thing. Expression component. Here, some of the components like we can check multiple. In this case, expression you can use it, or else either variable also you can use it. So there is no much difference actually. Okay, I'm trying to deploy it.
Venkat, if you done any changes, it automatically will save or
Actually, automatically deployed. So you just change it. Oh, got fired. Actually, if you change it, it will automatically deploy. No need to redeploy it again. Suppose if you done any, it's already deployed. If you done any changes in that, so then if you save it, so click save all or else save it. So then automatically reflect here, but changes. It's not failed. empty loop starts. Just see this, just if you save it, automatically it should deploy. Generally it's depend on sometimes this anypoint today have still some errors, so generally it should deploy automatically. So when you've done any changes, it should automatically deploy. Still- Actually here two types of components are there. If you see here, expression transformer is there, expression component is there actually. So here here whatever I use, there is nothing like expression transformer. So here expression component actually. So difference is, if you use expression transformer, so you can see here, automatically it will convert the data. So that will return the data message dot inbound properties dot http dot query parameters dot name will get the data. So in the component, we'll check the condition actually. We'll check the condition also here. So ternary operator kind of thing. But whereas in just we are getting the data from the user, we are converting to object to upstream. So then we are displaying that payload actually. So that is, the difference is, if you use a transformer, expression transformer, it will convert the data, it will give it to give it to next component. So whereas an expression component, so component will use for checking the conditions like ternary operator. We'll see one more example of that expression component. I will give it to you. So we'll check the condition like that. So there is one more expression is there actually. That expression is nothing but a it kind of filter the data. So suppose I want to check condition. Suppose I'm getting some 1,000 records from the client. So I don't want to send 1,000 records to so next level target system. So we want to filter it, right? So that time we can check the filtering condition. So then suppose I want to send out of thousand records, I want to send only 100 records. So that time we'll use keep a custom filter. So that custom filter we can check here actually. So different types of expression components. So one is a transformer, expression transformer. So you can as it is, it will convert the data, it will give it to you. So from the HTTP query parameters, we will take the data, it will give it to the next component. So whereas an expression component, we can check the condition there also. Similarly, in the expression, this is a custom filter also, you can keep it actually. This is a filter. So here also you can check the condition. So difference is, here in the expression also you can check the condition, you can give it to the next level. But whereas in here expression component, it will, if you keep it, if you drag and drop that expression component, so here it will check the condition, right? So if anything goes wrong, it will send to the exception handling. But whereas in previous here expression, it will just check the condition. It will just check the condition. Expression you can write it. It's kind of Java code also, you can keep it here. It will support. So but whereas in this custom filter, this is a filter. Anything is wrong, anything is wrong, it will send back to the exception handling, whatever you are keeping here, error handling, right? So bottom, so it will send to the error handling here, whatever the error handling will keep it, so that will go there. So that is the difference between three components. These are just transformer only, it will convert to the one data to the another data, another format. So, but whereas in the expression we'll check the condition here, single condition. So but it won't give any error handling, it won't route to the error handling. But whereas in this start the expression expression custom filtering, so we can check the, we can add the filtering condition here, it will route to the exception handling. Yeah, tell me, you were saying something.
Nothing.
Yeah, that is the thing actually here. I will give you two examples also. Other expression is one example, then expression custom filter also will give one more example. Here I just trying to explain only this. Now see this automatically deploying. So just any changes happen. So now this time it won't show any status actually. This is nothing but deployment done, successful deployment only. So in this first case it will give the status also, right? In the first case it will give deployed successfully status. But now it is deploying after saving the data, but it won't show any status, but it will give like started app day 2. it will give like this. This is nothing but success only. So any issues will come, then it will show here clearly bottom that stack trace, what was the reason and all. Okay, and what was
In console, how we can identify where exactly error is? Suppose if you have a big flow,
okay.
how will get to know exactly where the error will come?
See, sometimes it will give clearly line number also. Suppose previously, suppose here I'm just changing the data, it will clearly give us. I'm just passing something here, not pass something. Just passing some wrong data, right? Ash again something, two times I'm passing. Just I'm trying to deploy it. See this automatically deploying happen. See this, see the error. To clearly give us what was the reason. The console itself. See this? Expression transformer, name equal to expression. uh, Payload of payload, right? Ash, twice we kept ash symbol, that's syntax mistake, right? Can't contain child return argument because it defines attribute expression, meaning it means we can't keep it a inside nested kind of thing, so it was saying like that. It will give line number also, xml line number also, sometimes it will give clearly. So based on this stack trace only can we got to know so where is the error. So first one is deployment failed. Deployment initiation exception will get it. That clearly tell us so where is the issue. Exception parser, expected exception parsing XML document URL. That will give line number also. If you see sometimes we get line number also. XML line number is there, no? So that line number also it will give. Okay, it depends on the issue actually. So sometimes it will show you the clear line number also where is the issue. But otherwise, based on this issue name, based on this issue, right? After go through that stack trace, there's nothing but a error stack trace. So based on this, okay, we will get to know, right, where is the issue clearly. So that is the thing here. Raul sent an SMS actually, so he's at hometown still, so might be he'll join tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay, so deployed. Support number of this. 8289. This is we can keep it either way actually. Local host is a fine, so by default all interfaces it will get like this. Either way is fine. Both are it's nothing but a local host only. But if you go for any remote address, right, that time we'll change that remote address. So nothing but HTTP or HTTPS we can keep it. can see it here actually. What are the inbound properties we are getting clearly. So I'm sending that query parameter, right? You can see it here. So that is a path is this. Query parameter size is 0 as of now. So here you can check it. Key is name, then values, then something we will want. Is converting to object to string and try to display it on the logger. See this, you are sending, it was expecting two values, right? It was expecting two values. So then we are sending only one value. So remaining value that is null actually. So here using this expression transformer. So generally if you pass this, previously we were passing as query, a query parameter equals something. It will coming like as a string, right? Now it is, see this, it will coming like as an object. So how it will coming as object? So here is the transformer actually. In the transformer, we are trying this transformer. It will convert into to the object format. It was converting actually. I'm not passing anything actually. So open parenthesis and closing square bracket actually. So then it will converting as a object. It will coming as an object. I will send you one more value. Let's say ampersand. Next name and then city. It was expecting, I guess. City is the parameter is particular city. City equals some HYD. Current debugger is coming. Now see the size of query parameter. It's coming as a 2. City name. Now see this. It will coming as an object. Okay. So that is the use of expression. Okay. So I will give two more examples on this expression and expression, custom expression also. How will write the expression strategy. So then how it will give the condition, I will how it will give the error message, I will show you as of now. So now as of now we didn't discuss that error handling part, right? So if any issue happened, that will redirect to the custom exception strategy. At least anyway, that error I will try to display on the logger, I will show it to you. Okay, that is the thing. So might be tomorrow he will join. So we'll discuss about this variable. So this is the important thing actually. So this variables, it's like a Java variables in the MuleSoft. So in this we have a three variables. If you type variable in the palette, we have a record variable, we have a session variable, and then we have a normal flow variable. So here we'll use frequently use things are, one is flow variable, another one is session variable. So variable, so what was the advantage of the variable? Will hold the information actually. So suppose here, uh, if you see here, I just hold the information, whatever I'm trying to get the data from the user, I'm just holding that variable. So here I just kept it as a hard coded, but we can keep it, suppose I'm getting the JSON format from the user, JSON data from the user. On the JSON we have so many keys and values. I'm just holding one of the data in the variable, just we can hold it actually. So variable is that data. So based on the scope actually, if you define normal flow variable, the scope is within the flow. So within the flow, whenever you want to use that variable, so based on the syntax, there is a syntax is there, that is a mail expression language to get the data. So that data we can use like this flow vars dot. If you see here, flow vars dot that particular variable name. So that will get that value dynamically. Similarly, there is a session variable is there. the session variable have a different scope and flow variable have a different scope. The flow variable scope is within the flow. So within the flow we can get anywhere. But whereas in session variable, if you define the session variable, uh, in the application we have multiple flows, right? Any flow we can get it actually, that session variable. But whereas in here, you can get only within that flow, within that subflows, you can get if it is a flow variable. What I'm trying to say here, so we have a concept called flows, right? So we have different flows. First one is main flow, you can say, whatever the flow is, we are writing, right? This first flow is nothing but a main flow. The main flow contains, so try to understand this important concept. So this is a inbound connector place. This is the outbound, so we can keep it actually. So here is error handling also there. So anything goes wrong in this flow, then it will redirect to the error handling, whatever you are writing the error handling. So suppose your requirement is whenever you get the error, I want to insert that record into database, or else I want to send that information to the queuing mechanism. So that information you might be you'll write in the error handling part. So what I'm trying to say here, so whatever happened in this flow, it will jump to the error handling. Okay. So this main flow contains inbound path and outbound as well as error handling also. So that is nothing but a main flow. So next one is subflow. Flow is nothing but a combination of message process. This is nothing but a flow. So this flow contains combination of message process. This is nothing but a message process. This is nothing but a message process. How it will communicate? So internally it will follow the SCADA event driven architecture. So whenever the data it will come, automatically event will trigger internally. No need to do anything. So it will jump to here, like that it will go. Whatever the arrow direction, right, it will go accordingly. So here is a subflow is nothing but another flow is nothing but subflow. So here in this subflow, there is no own error handling part. You can have a subflow in the here. Okay. So I'm just drag and drop that subflow here. In the subflow, you can keep it multiple components again, multiple message process. I'm just dragging some logger component here. Okay, if you see here, you can see the difference actually. So first one is main flow. This have own error handling part. But whereas in here, this is a subflow. Somebody will call this subflow, right? So this won't have, this doesn't have any own exception handling. So this is nothing but somebody will call, right? So suppose here I want to call this subflow into main flow. What we'll do? There is a flow reference. There is a concept called flow reference. You can use this flow reference in the main flow. You can call it wherever you want to call that subflow. Just use that flow reference. So here I want to use that. Here is the flow reference, I kept it. I want to use this flow into here, right? Whenever cursor will come here, whenever logic according to your application, whenever your cursor will here, so it will jump into this subflow. How it will know? In the flow reference, we have to refer that subflow. Here in the drop down, you will get that option. So variable and scope subflow, right? So whenever your cursor will come here, so then that will jump to here. You are getting right. So then whatever happened in this subflow, any error will come, any error handling. So that will handle by your main flow itself. So this doesn't have any error handling, own error handling. So what is the best way to use the subflows? So when I will go for subflows, so suppose there is a commonly used thing. Suppose in your application, there is a database connection is there. So that whole database connection, you can keep it as a subflow because multiple people use database connection part, right? You are using, somebody will use it, right? Whenever you want that database subflow, then we'll call that subflow. Is it clear, right? So that should be a repetition kind of thing. Whatever the duplicate kind of code, right? We can keep it as a subflow that will call by somebody else. Whoever want that database connection, that will call and will disconnect the database thing. You are getting right. So thing is here that doesn't have any own error handling part. Somebody will call that. So in the main flow anyway error handling is there. Anything goes wrong in the subflow that will handle by your main flow itself. You are getting right what is the difference between flow, main flow and subflow. So first thing is when you go for subflow, so wherever you want to use, it's kind of common, it's kind of your application whole thing, somebody commonly used things are there, so that commonly used things we can dump into the subflow, right? So another difference is there is no specific error handling, own error handling part. So we are calling that sub flow that will taken care by that error handling part also. That is the difference. So another one is there is a private flow. I'll show you that also. Three types of flows: main flow, subflow, and the private flow. So what is meant by private flow? So you are clear, right, how to call this also. There is a flow reference is there. Using that flow reference, we just mention that drop down. So which flow you are going to call it, that we have to refer it. So these are all flows in that application, in your application. So whatever you want to call, so then you have to refer that one. That is nothing but a flow reference. Another one is private flow. So private flow have so own error handling part also. I'm just drag and drop that flow here. See this here. I'm just keeping some components inside this logger. Okay, see this. I'm not keeping any source here. I just kept it as an empty, right? So if you see the difference, main flow have inbound connector as well as outbound connectors, and that based on your logic, so we have to keep some components. Next one is here. There is no inbound here actually. Then there is no error handling. So, but that is nothing but a subflow. If you see here, they in private flow, it have own error handling part. It have own error handling part, but there is no source, right? So that is nothing but a private flow. Private flow don't have any source. Then how will call it? So like this one, in the variable scope, in the flow reference, we can call that private flow. If you see here, variable and scope flow, that is nothing but a private. So here, this doesn't have any source, but it have one error handling part. This is a private flow. So when you will go for private flow, then already you have a subflow, then where you will go for private flow. So if you go for private flow, advantage is that whatever you are going to write the logic in the private flow, that have own error handling part. No need to use that original flow, that main flow error handling, not required to use it. So whatever you are going to write in private flow, that flow will have own error handling part. Suppose in the private flow, I am going to write some database connection, or else I'm going to write some Salesforce connection separately. So whatever happened in the Salesforce connection, that will come to your private flow itself, that error handling part. But whereas if you keep it as subflow, that error handling part also it should take care by your main flow itself. But whereas in private flow, it will take care by own itself. That is the difference between flow, main flow, flow, or private flow, subflow, and then main flow. Is it clear the difference? So that is the thing. So then tomorrow we'll discuss this variable scopes and all. Before that, we should know that these flows and subflows. That's why I was explaining that part. We'll see variable scope and normal variable and flow variable and session variable difference also we'll see. Okay, now I'm just removing all these things. Okay, so see this automatically deploying happen. It depends actually. Actually, sometimes it will work. Sometimes it won't because still any point studio have some issues. People are trying to uh, increase the performance also, rectify some bugs actually. That's the thing.